Hello guys, hello my soul family. Gosh, I'm away from you for like 24 hours and it feels like a month. Well, I'm back. I miss you guys. I love you guys. I recently had a poll. What kind of video do you guys want next? And 45% of you said twin flames. So that's the first video. I will get to the other ones that were on the poll, but we're going to go ahead and just start with the twin flames because that was the highest vote. Hope you guys are doing good today. Hi, Deborah. Greetings, my love. Good evening. Hi. That is so good. I'm actually having Pepsi in a wine glass because I'm a dork. But I don't have any wine. I'm just going to pretend like my Pepsi is wine right now. But it tastes just as good. Anyways, hi April. Hi sweetie. Hi Daniel, Faith, Love. Hi everybody. Hope you're all doing good. Yay! Hello Danielle. Hi. Hi Darth. Mother Earth. You guys are great. Namaste. Yes, that just sounds great. Hi Supreme. You guys are great. I'm doing good. I've had a really shitty headache for like all day. Other than that, I'm doing pretty darn good. The reason I was gone, guys, I just had to recharge. I don't know about you guys, but I was feeling very drained. Very, very drained. And I just needed it. I didn't want to do it. I felt like I had to get out here with you guys, but I needed it. I was like, I have to. And I got outside and watered my flowers and spent time with the kids and just took a bath and cleaned and did things that I had to do. It's been a long time since I had a day off. So that was my first day off in like months, honestly. So I really enjoyed it. Thank you guys for letting me have that. All right. Okay, so the twin flame reading. For those of you that are coming in and you're like, what is a twin flame? I'm interested. Maybe I just got started, you know, figuring out what twin flames were. I'm just going to tell you that that is one soul and it is two bodies. And why is that a thing? Well, as we all know, we resonate with different kinds of energies. A male and female energy can be in any body. It doesn't have to be a specific sex. But when it comes to twin flames, there cannot be two male energies and two female energies to make one soul. It has to have a good balance. And the next question is, a lot of people don't believe in twin flames, is, well, why would someone reincarnate? Why would they be split like that? Why is that a thing? First of all, it's not common. How common is it for a mother to bear or to give birth to two twins? Well, to twins, to two babies. It doesn't happen very often, okay? It's genetic, is it not? When people give birth to twins, usually it skips a generation and it stays in the family. Rarely is anyone naturally having twins without hormones and injections and pills and other hormonal drugs to try to have babies. But natural twins just run in the family, and that's just how it goes. The same with twin flames. It has something to do with your generations, your ancestry. You were part of a selective group in ancient times. And because you were part of an ancient group in ancient times, they've asked for you to come here and do some deep healing work, and also to be a teacher and to help others grow. And you're also sent here to become wise. So if you're a soul that needs to learn things, if you're part of that, you know, family, which is the twin flame family, then you're sent here to be wiser, to grow, to be stronger, to teach others, or to be taught. And there are things you must learn because you're a light worker. There's so many light workers in the world, but twin flames are light workers. They're giving something to this earth. They have different jobs. Some people give energy to the earth itself. Some twin flames give energy to the animals. Some twin flames focus on children. Some twin flames focus on people. Some twin flames focus on relationships, love. Some twin flames focus on psychic and spiritual abilities. You kind of have to know what your journey is, and it's about getting to know yourself. The more you go inside and get to know yourself on a very full level, the more you're going to be aware of what your journey is really about. And that is through the study of your birth chart, which is your star chart, number 1. It's also the study of your ancestry. It's also the study of your spiritual realm, which is the Akashic records, meditating and connecting with that, and getting connected with like-minded people. So those are all going to be avenues for you to learn more about yourself. And then you can kind of know more about your mission. Every mission is different. We're not all sent here to be a twin flame worker and just go do stuff for the world. Sometimes it's about your own soul growth. And that's a really important thing to know when you're doing these twin flame journeys, that some twin flames claim it's about spiritual growth and it's about helping the world and raising a higher vibration of the planet. And that is true for them on their journey, but it's not the same for everyone's journey. Some of your journeys are how to master love, romance, emotions, and how to master yourself. I have it that way.
Okay.
And
by the way, one more thing.
What?
This is for Halloween. The grip was loose. My friend did a challenge with me from 5, and guess what?
What?
I held on to as many items in Minecraft as I can, while my friend who didn't held the less items.
Okay, can we? Yes,
Can you see the truth?
Danny.
The grip
Okay.
was loose.
Okay, Danny, you're making no sense, and nobody here plays Minecraft.
The grip was loose.
Okay, thank you for the interruption. I love you. Please close my door, and we'll talk about Minecraft later, not in my reading.
I'm sorry, YouTube, please don't.
He said sorry. Okay, go. Close the door. He's just a ham right now, obviously. Anyways, sorry, Twin Flames. As I was saying...
Please don't copyright ban us, YouTube. Please don't.
Danny, quit. Close the door.
Bye.
Bye. As I was saying... Not all of us have the same journey, so we shouldn't judge other people on their journey and what they're doing, because sometimes it's about your inner journey that really makes all the difference, and that's going to be what you're here for. So not everyone's just the same, and we have to be open to that. The other thing to remember is a very small amount of the population is a twin flame, and I really want to put that out there because no, not everybody has one, okay? Everybody has a soulmate. I do believe that. A soulmate is very different from a twin flame. And I just want to put that out there too. A twin flame journey is one soul, okay, 2 bodies. A soulmate is 2 souls, 2 bodies, 2 separate lives just meant to cross paths. So very different readings, okay? So when I'm reading a twin flame reading, understand where I'm coming from. Understand that it's not a general as normal love readings are, and understand the dynamics of the twin flame anyways. Before you watch the twin flame reading, you should know if that's how you feel and you resonate that as a part of your life or it's not. And if it's not, that's okay. It's not a bad thing. A twin flame is nor greater than a soulmate person. Your love doesn't mean it's worth more and it has more value. They're just 2 separate journeys. That's all. Just 2 separate journeys. That's it. So anyways, if you are in the twin flame journey, you should have already had some confirmations. And some of the confirmations that twin flames have is numerological synchronicities, okay? 1111 is generally the very first one because it's a doorway. It's kind of a portal number. It represents the 4 pillars. It represents the 4 energies, okay? The water, fire, earth, air elements. It represents unity, and it represents completeness and the mirroring. So a lot of twin flames will start seeing 1111 as one of the first signs. And they start seeing it on the clock, on their phones, in receipts, and all kinds of things. So that's usually a sign that you're going down a path and you're being led. And that it has something to do with mimicry, it has something to do with duality, it has something to do with there's another you out there, okay? You know, what's strange about biological twins, they actually feel connected to their twin even though they're apart. And that is a physical science, that is a physical truth. So two twins that are born in the same womb, well, they come from the same womb, excuse me, even when they're born and separated, they feel each other. When something happens to the other feels it, knows it. They have psychic knowings. They have all kinds of very odd things that happen to actual twins. So when it comes to spiritual twin flames, it's the same kind of thing. If your twin is having a heart attack, or just example, stress in their heart, you're feeling it at the same time and nothing's wrong with you. If they're going through an emotional time, you might be sensing that you're being overly emotional. If they're detaching, you may sense that you're detaching. There's this knowing that you guys are connected, even though you're apart. There's also strange things with twin flames that always bring you together. It's like real, true fate. It's very shocking. It's where you grow up in the same town, or you crossed paths as children and never knew it. There was one really exciting story that I read on twin flames, and they didn't actually claim they were twin flames, but I think they are. There was a boy and a girl that were in a picture in the 70s at a beach, and they were playing right next to each other. And they were wearing some kind of cute overalls outfit, right? They were strangers. They were like at a water slide park. And they met again later on in life as adults. And they were going through family photos and they saw that picture and realized that was them in the picture. And then their family showed they had the same pictures of the same place, almost identical. They were both there at the same time and didn't even know it. And there was pictures of them, proof that they were there. They didn't even know each other. And then they got together later. It's not a coincidence. It's fate. And so that is just one of the cute things that happens for twin flames. It's weird things like that where your paths crossed. By the way, those two people in those pictures grew up on very different sides of the continent. They didn't grow up in the same town. They were vacationing like in Florida somewhere. And one person was in Vermont and another person was like in Tennessee or whatever, and they met later in life. So there was no close living situation. Okay, sometimes you could live across the globe, but your paths have crossed. Things also like maybe you lived, example, by an Air Force base. You grew up there. Your partner's family, was the Air Force. Their father was in the Air Force and they were a military brat. So they lived in Germany and then they moved to where your hometown was and you never knew them, but they were brought there by their dad or their mom. It just goes to show like fate. Their parents, their lineage brought them to you. So even though they're of a different nationality in a different part of the world, somehow your paths will cross. Fate will just make it happen. That's just what happens. You guys are brought together by forces unseen. And it's just like the right place at the right time. And a lot of times with twin flames, it's repetitive. It's like you can't just have one chance and then it's gone. You had a chance to meet him and you didn't, and then that was it. No, the universe will keep arranging meetings until you meet at that time. Okay? So you'll meet them at a place. You'll say hi. You don't get their name. You don't really get to meet them, but you saw them. Then you'll run into them at the store. Or you'll run into them at a restaurant. And if you don't introduce yourselves again, you're going to run into them again. Somewhere else, somehow. The universe is going to bring you guys together. And that's just what it is with twin flames. It's nature. And you cannot fight the forces of nature. It brings you guys together because the twin flames are like magnets, okay? And they will be brought back together, period. There's no stopping it. The only sad thing with twin flames is there's a lot of triggering because there's a lot of mirroring. When you guys show up and see each other, you reflect each other's weaknesses as if you were the only one that knew that weakness. And they were the only one that knew that weakness in you. They trigger it. And usually twin flames leave in a very sad way. When they have a breakup, they cry. They feel extremely emotional and ripped away from each other, even though it's by choice. And they just feel like, I don't want to go, but I have to. And that's really what they feel. And it's because they know that they have to, so this person can grow, even though they don't want to be away from them. Okay? So twin flames go a lot through that. Twin flames fall in love with other soulmates, other people on their journey. They do have other relationships. It happens. Another thing for twin flames, you're not meant to just be with the twin. Sometimes you get with other people, soulmates, people to help you grow. Some of those are karmic soulmates, which is just a lesson relationship. Some of them are, you know, someone that you can actually love. We all have free will. We don't have to choose to be with our other half, you know. So when you're on this twin flame journey, just realize that it's a difficult journey, and I understand. And there's a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of mirroring, there's a lot of triggering, and there's a lot of sadness and tears, but there's also a lot of, I've never experienced this kind of love before. The sex with twin flames is unheard of. It's just unlike any other sexual relationship you'll ever have, because it touches you on the innermost levels. So you're just never going to have anything else like that. So it can be addictive. They see you, they see your soul. So when you're with a twin flame, no one else can see your soul the way they do, because that is the other half of your soul. And so you feel very naked and very raw and very real in a twin flame relationship, which is why it's even harder during separations. And a lot of twin flames that try to make it work with other relationships, they know that it's not the same, and it just doesn't have that chemistry. I'm not saying they don't have any chemistry, but they don't have that kind of chemistry like they would with a twin flame. And again, a very small percentage of people are twin flames. We're talking 12% or less, and that is just a fact. There is a connection, and I haven't done all my research on it, but there is a connection between twin flames and the 144,000. I don't think the 144,000 have like a tally where they're starting from thousands of years ago to now, and there's only 144,000 during that whole time. I don't believe that. I believe there's 144,000 twin flames at a time on this earth, just at a time. Some pass away and move on, and there's others reborn. But there's some kind of energetic energy here on this planet from twin flames from ancient days that do things to this planet's vibration, and it has to be at a certain vibrational number. Okay? It has to be at a certain number. And for whatever reason, it is that number. And so a lot of twin flames will also see 1144 or 144 pretty often on the clock. And a lot of twin flames will also see just 44 pretty repetitively. 1212 and 1221 is something that twin flames also see a lot of. Okay? So I just want to put that out there. You're meant to heal yourself. One of the hardest things for twin flames is to master themselves. Everyone else has an equal amount of feminine and an equal amount of masculine. Twin flames do not. A twin flame half will be majority, like 90% masculine or feminine. Okay? They just have the pool more feminine over here and more masculine here. Doesn't matter the sex of the person, but when that person is born, that's just, they embody more of that energy. Okay? And it's very hard for them to have peace and balance, because the feminines act overly feminine and the masculines act way too masculine. So there's this emperor-empress drama that happens with the twins, because you guys are trying to balance yourselves, then to come into union and balance each other. And I believe that the Temperance card in the tarot talks about the twin flames. Oh, there's 144 in the chat. Get out of here. That was crazy. See? But yeah, the Sagittarius Temperance card does talk about the twin flames, because it takes time and it's a long road of healing. It's a lot going on. It's not easy. So let's start with your reading. The first oracle card I pulled, holy shit, I don't even believe it. I just don't. I did a reading today for my Facebook family, and this exact fucking card showed up not even 60 minutes ago. Not even 60 minutes ago. And I shuffled this deck and split it and pulled from the middle. You guys saw me. I did this and pulled that. And it was this card. With the only people that know this would be the ones that are on my Facebook. Okay. But this is the card I pulled. And this is crazy. This is about getting along together. Every twin flame is a color from this rainbow. Okay. We each have different paths. You're here for a specific reason. I'm here for another reason. We're all weaving this beautiful rainbow of unique relationships, higher different vibrations. Because we're here, we are weaving some kind of reality, which is true and honest, higher dimensional love. And this is going to be raising the awareness of others. Raising the awareness of others about who they are by finding out who we are. So we're an enlightened party, and we're to help enlighten others. This is also about weaving a web for others to follow, okay? You're an example. So by you growing and learning, you're showing the other twin flames to come how to do this. We're also making some kind of a grid of protection by kind of having this rainbow of light, okay? All these different loving emotions and differences. And it just brings a beautiful balance to us, okay? So this is a beautiful array of colors and unique identities that still work together so seamlessly. And we have to work together. This is about union, and this is about working together. So in personal relationships for the twin flames, is there a union coming? Yes. Right now I feel it's a work in progress. It takes time. But there is going to be a weaving together of the union of the twin flames. It's all being created. It's all being worked on. And this card actually reminds me a lot of the Temperance card. Symbolically, the rainbow, the two hands, the working at something, taking time. Sewing is very time consuming. Yeah, exactly. A work in progress. And that's the number 13. So there's an ending here, but there's also this beautiful creation that's happening. The tarot card that came with it is the Ace of Swords. I love that. So there's a fresh start. Clean, brand new beginning, honest, and fast. And there's a very quick new beginning for the twin flames. It's happening before you even know it. It's going to come. You're going to have a new start. There's going to be clarity. There's going to be truth. And there's going to be the cutting of bullshit. Okay? So that's just the opening. And I'm going to separate the twin flames like I always do in a DMDF energy. So we're going to start with the Divine Masculine on top. And I'll do the Divine Feminine on the bottom. Bottom of the deck there is Acceptance. But wait a minute, that was in reverse. Yeah, all my cards are up, right? Okay. They're all this way. Yep, every single one. Every single one is this way. This was the only one in reverse for me. So that just tells me, bottom line, bottom of the deck, there is a lack of acceptance for you guys. Learning to accept the things that you can't change is something that's very frustrating for the twin flames right now. I think it would do us all some good to study the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I can't change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And so that is an underall energy of something the twins are working on, okay? We're all working on the serenity prayer. That's what we're doing. So there's that. Whoops. Let me move this. Spirit, please show me the divine masculine on top, divine feminine on bottom as they relate to each other. Show me the divine masculine on top, how he relates to the divine feminine. Okay. And show me the divine feminine and how she relates to the divine masculine. Okay. Bottom of the deck between you guys is King of Cups. Is there a lot of love between the twin flames? Yes, Scorpio energy. The deepest of love possible is between the twin flames. There is no deeper love. It's extremely rare. It's extremely deep. It's very powerful. It's the highest love form that there is possible. It's also frustrating because there's a lot of hidden feelings and there's a lot of control over the feelings. A lot of control. Spirit, please show me the divine masculine energy for the twin flames. Please show me the divine masculine energy for the twin flames. Okay. Divine masculine energy and the divine feminine, how she relates. Whoops. How she relates. Or he. Bottom of the deck for you guys is another Scorpio energy. Damn. Definitely a Scorpio involved in this twin flame reading. We have the death card here. There's an ending, but with every death and an ending and finality is a rebirth. There is no death in the spirit world. There's only death in the 3D. So if there is a relationship between the twin flames that feels dead, it's not dead in the ethers. And there will be some kind of a transformation and rebirth here on the third dimension. Let's get some feelings. Spirit, please show me the feelings of the divine masculine in the regards to the divine feminine for the twin flames. Okay, and show me the divine feminine in that energy as she relates to the divine masculine. Whoop. Okay. All right, I'll show that one at the bottom. On the bottom is Mahatma Gandhi. Where you find life, there is love. Happiness is when you're in harmony with your soul. Forgiveness is a sign of strength. It is the weak who cannot forgive. Wow, so there's been some unforgiveness between the twin flames. And whoever did it knows who they are. Whoever can't forgive knows who they are. But it is the weak that can't forgive. Okay? And that's pretty important to think about. We always think, well, it's the strong one that apologizes. You have to be the bigger person to be the first to apologize, which is true. You have to be a big person to apologize, but you have to be an even bigger person to forgive that person, okay? Because you don't have to. Forgiveness is not exactly brushing it under the rug and acting like it didn't happen, as much as it is not being bitter or angry about the situation anymore. So there is someone here that has a situation that's bitter and angry. It's difficult, it's stressful, it's painful, and what's needed here for the twins is forgiveness. That's what needs to happen for moving on. Let's get some hidden truth oracles on that. Spirit, show me some hidden truth for the twin flames. Show me the divine masculine's hidden truth. Okay. Let's get that. Okay. All right. All right. And show me the divine feminine's hidden truth. Divine feminine's hidden truth for the twin flames. Oops. Okay. Bottom line for both of the twin flames is this. We are grateful for the spiritual lesson. Okay? Not just I, but we for the twin flames. You're both just flat out grateful that you've learned so much from this relationship. You've grown as a soul. And even if you never were to be together again, you're grateful for everything that you've taken from this relationship. Okay? And that's just standing out loud and proud for the twin flames, is just a level of gratitude. Okay? A lot of graciousness there. Just, I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful. Right? All right. Let's get into the reading. Let's start with the divine masculine. Freedom, masculine. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. So the masculine right now is working through freedom, having to push themselves into being allowed to live the life they want to live. That means stepping away from the opinions of others and getting away from any manipulation that they may have been under. Okay? So, okay. And the masculines are escaping. They're going into a oneness, maybe even a singleness. But divine masculine, your soul is open to receiving new wisdom and insights that will allow you to make the right choices for your own growth. Remember that you are never a victim of other people and their circumstances. You have complete control over your own choices. By following your heart and being authentic to yourself, you present the real you to the world without wearing any masks. Making decisions based on other people's expectations is not the true path to your happiness. You are responsible for creating your own reality, and it's no one else's fault. When your soul shifts to a place of honoring yourself in its totality, you're free from judgment, and you're free, period. Only then will you find your true freedom. Every soul is unique and follows their own path. Don't give in to peer pressure so much or feel like you have the urge to fit in. You are the only one who truly knows the real you. So feel free to march to the beat of your own drum. I like that. So, like, again, is this manipulation? For the masculine, you guys have been choosing to be places because family and friends have encouraged you to do so. You've also chosen a path that separated you from your twin because you felt you needed to please these other people, okay? And this is about you stepping away from that mask and a facade, all right? I do feel there's a sense of separation for the twins. I just want to say that. Not all twins are separated, but I am feeling a sense of separation for this reading, okay? For whatever reason. And I just feel like it's slowly been coming back together. This has been a very slow reunion. And anyways, I just want to say the masculine is definitely moving back towards who they really are. Okay, that's what they're going through right now. The next card is Six of Cups. Okay, Cancer energy, all right, masculine. You've had your mind on the past. And that makes sense because what is the planet that rules the masculine energy? Mars, okay? Mars. And Mars is in retrograde in the sign of Pisces per sidereal Vedic astrology. And if you actually get a stargazing app, point your camera up to the sky and you see Mars is very yellow, kind of a red color. you'll know where Mars is because it's big and it's bright and it's yellowish and red. It's very obviously a planet. Point your phone right there and you're going to see that it's right there in between the two tails of the fish, the constellation of Pisces. That's literally where it's at. If you want to see a picture of that, you can go to my community page on YouTube here on my community section and see that post where you see Mars right there in between the two fish. So masculine, you're definitely dreaming and being reminded and missing your divine feminine twin flame. Everywhere you go, there's signs, right? This is fate. On the bottom of my deck there, it says fate. And there's the archangel, Raphael, right behind them. The mender of hearts, the fix-it angel. The one that brings the two twin flames together, okay? One soul, two bodies. Perfect yin-yang, perfect order. Divine feminine energy, divine masculine energy, okay? So there's an archangel here trying to blend the feminine and masculine back together in harmony, because the 6 is balance, harmony, right? And I just feel like that's what's happening. There's a harmonizing of the masculine with the feminine, which is forgiveness. The masculine may have needed to forgive the feminine or forgive himself for something that went on with the feminine. The number 6, minor arcana, always goes back towards the major arcana, which is like the mother of this card, and that is the Lover's card. And the lovers are the twin flames, fated lovers, destined and divine, right? Meant to be, but also tested in love. So when you get this 6 of Cups, there's a lot of emotions, tears, memories, nostalgia. And so the masculine is very nostalgic right now and very in their emotions right now with Mars and Pisces. And there's probably a lot of dreams and synchronicities happening for the masculine right now in regards to the feminine. Okay, there's a lot of reminders. So they're missing you, feminine. They're missing you. The masculine is missing the divine feminine twin flame. The next card is 4 of Wands. Wow. So the masculine is definitely feeling and thinking about union. And here you have the 11 portal, okay? And we're coming up to an 11-11 portal in November. But this is, you know, talking about union mostly, okay? Marriage, feeling together, feeling bonded, feeling like we want to celebrate, feeling like I want to come home. I do feel the masculine is missing the feminine and is homesick. It's like a homesick feeling. It's like my soul isn't at home without you. If home is where the heart is, then the masculine's heart is very far away. The masculine's heart is with the feminine and very much so missing that feminine part of his life or her life. And so there's this homesick energy, all right? The next card is Lord Byron. And it says, be mad, bad, and dangerous to know. Love will find a way through paths where wolves fear to prey. Friendship is love without his wings. Oh, wow, that's very poetic. There's a lot of poetry here. I think there's a masculine, this is very Virgo, but there's a masculine out there that writes poetry. Okay, it could even be Gemini, but someone that writes poetry and has a very beautiful voice. Maybe they sing, but the way this masculine feels about love is very, very obvious for the twins. That he's angry. He feels like he's a danger to the feminine. He feels like he's bad news, no good for the feminine. He also misses her friendship because the best friend for the masculine was the twin flame feminine, okay? That was this masculine's best friend. And the masculine believes, just like the wolves, okay, prey on creatures in the darkest of forests, Love will find a way through the most difficult times, even the most scary, turbulent, dark forests where even the wolves fear to go seek out their prey. Love will find a way through the most difficult of relationships, through the most hard of times, when you feel like you've lost all hope, and there's nothing left to hope for. Somehow, love will find a way. And so the masculine believes that. And as I did look up there at the numbers, I saw 222, which is another, twin flame sign about union. And so the masculine's just like, look, I know there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's love, there will always be a way that is made. And there's also just a great emphasis here on friendship. And the masculine believes heavily that your guys' friendship is worth salvaging. And friendship, 6 of Cups too, is where you build love. So the foundation of the twin flames' love life depends on their friendship. What is the hidden truth for the masculine? Ooh, sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. Oh, look at that, guys. Okay, sometimes I stay awake thinking of you. That is just so romantic. Again, they're having those dreams, thinking about you in the times you didn't think they would think about you, but honestly, they are thinking about you. And usually they think about the twin flame feminine at night. So as soon as their head is resting, as soon as they're trying to sleep, that's when the divine feminine pops up in their mind, okay? The next hidden truth is so many things remind me of you. So they're just thinking of you all the time, even while at work, walking through the store, watching a TV show, cooking something for dinner. I mean, all these little things, all these things are reminding them of their twin flame feminine. They're very romantic. This is a very romantic masculine. And they often find themselves daydreaming, okay? Daydreaming about you and them and what they would say to you and how they would be with you. And definitely daydreaming about some kind of a union, what that would be like, okay? But they definitely want to start talking to the twin flame feminine and become friends, okay? And so there's this, I want to share my thoughts with you, and that's really important because it's so much that nowadays people base relationships on sex and chemistry. And that's where a lot of the youth has it wrong. They think they have to first attract that partner sexually, give them their body sexually, kind of testing them out, test driving them out. And then they have to be sexual every time they see each other. If there's no kissing, if there's no having sex, if there's no flirting, then things aren't going well. And that's something that the youth need to learn. That's not what divine relationships are about. That is a very big, beautiful part of it. It's a very special part of it, but that's not what it's about. We should never just connect with somebody on a sexual level. We'll never be fully satisfied. There has to be an intimate soul level. And that's where this masculine wants to connect to the divine twin flame feminine on a very friendly level. They want to talk about their dreams. They want to share their poetry, their songs. They want to talk about the stars. They want to talk about all kinds of things. And they need that friendship. There has to be a good chemistry for that friendship. And they miss that, and they miss you. Let's see what's going on with the divine feminine. So the divine feminine is busy stepping into her abundance. And keep in mind, her can be a him, because the terminology of divine masculine and feminine are just energy. The actual sex of a human can be different, okay? But for the divine feminine, she is working on abundance. It says, I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality, which is really that woman with the sewing machine, manifesting and weaving a new physical reality. So the divine feminine right now is working on manifesting a union in physical reality, but not just a union. The divine feminine, the Empress, is actually weaving lots of financial security. There's got to be, it is Maybon, right? It's the time to be grateful, the attitude of gratitude. It's a time for calling in what you want, attracting wealth. So the divine feminine is definitely buying and doing things to create harmony with wealth, because the divine feminine is creating security. The divine feminine is stepping up into a very masculine kind of role. There's some kind of, not switching roles, but just stepping into a power. And I think the divine feminine is stepping into a very physical, high manifesting power, which is being very in touch with the physical world. So it says here, divine feminine, always remember that you are God and God is all about creation. God says yes, and the ego says no. In order to have abundance in all areas of your life, you must create the space of receiving and know that you, divine feminine, deserve anything your little heart desires. The more you can release limited thinking and worry, the more open you are to receiving the infinite flow of the universe. Allow yourself to have fun when manifesting, because whatever you want in life is beautiful. By embracing a positive mindset, you're opening the door to unexpected abundance. And I like that they said unexpected, because you're expecting abundance, but I think you're going to get more than even you expect. It is natural to have abundance in your life, and you must realize that any thoughts of limitlessness may have come from either a past life or some kind of conditioning, but you've chosen to overcome that. They could also originate from programming that you received in an environment that you were raised in, such as different value systems like a lack mentality, or your schooling that taught you good things only come through hard work, which now as an adult you know is not true, because good things come to you if you call them to you. Now is the time to begin to live with the realization that you are worthy of having abundance in every single aspect of your life. And when you are in the vibration of receiving, you can manifest whatever it is you want in this physical reality. Wow. That's just true power right there. So the femme's like boosted up, just really in her manifesting energy, just like, okay, I want a house, I want money, I want a new car, I want a damn drop dead good body, I want this, I want that. Like, you're really putting it out there. You don't just want union right now, you want it all. And I think this is a very big stride from where you were even 2-3 years ago. There may have been a time 2 or 3 years ago when all you wanted in the world was this partner. That's it. You would have loved to live under a box in the rain just as long as you had this partner. You had this kind of mindset that you had to have love or you had to have money. And if you had to choose one, you would choose love. And so there was this mindset that the feminine had of poverty, but always wanting union. And that was blocking you. And so now you've stepped into this very mature empress, emperor kind of energy where it's like, oh, no, no, no. I can have love and I can have abundance. I can have it all. I can have it all. And so you're really just calling it in. I see a lot of success and money happening for the feminine. So whereas the masculine's a lot more emotional and there's just more emotional growth here, I see physical, financial growth for the feminine, if that makes sense. So where the masculine's growing emotionally, you're growing physically with your money and your abundance, okay? That's what's really growing in your life. You get what I'm saying? So the next card in relation to the masculine is, woo, I love it, broken karmic cycles. See, it took you a long time to break that lack mentality, right? It took you a long time to think that you had to have one or the other. It took you a long time to believe that you deserved wealth, health, and abundance. And one of the very terrible things that I see publicly on news nowadays is that there's so much poverty and so much victimhood. And there's so much sadness. And if you believe that and you drill it into your head, you can get stuck in a karmic cycle, thinking that maybe because the color of your skin or the name that you carry or the location you live in, that that's your lot in life. But that's really not the case. And what's happening for the divine feminine is, I don't care where I came from, what family I was born into, what color of skin I have, you know, who I've been with or how many lovers I've had. None of that matters. I'm breaking those thoughts. I'm breaking those chains. I'm a free person. I'm a free feminine. I am free from all of those titles and labels. I am a very powerful individual that can have whatever I want in this life, and I'm going to call it in. And that's the breaking of your karmic cycles. You've really grown a lot over the past, what feels like 3 years, but the biggest amount of growth that you've had has been in the last 6 months. The last 6 months have been very monumental in breaking a mental chain. Everything else was physical over the last couple years, but the last 6 months has been a releasing of mental bondage. There was a mental bondage that the feminine is free from, okay? The next card is, wow, the Emperor energy. And how, oh my God, I just noticed this. How you feel in regards to the masculine's union is, what did I say? 44. Didn't I just say twin flames see the number 44 very often? What do we got, guys? We have the 4 in the major arcana, the Emperor, and the 4 in the minor arcana, 44. Again, you guys are mirroring, okay? Again, you guys are just toe-to-toe here together in this. There is this union. So you feel very solid. You feel very confident because the Emperor is confident. He's powerful. He's sexy. He is a man that tells people what he wants done. He's a delegator. He says, go and orchestrate this and have it done. And it will be done. And it is so because he says so, because he believes it is so, right? He's a leader. He has authority, which means he has control. There's nobody else above him except God. So he has been given the authority to rule over a land and over a people. So the divine feminine has been given an authority. You've been given an authority in this twin flame relationship. And this is where the twin flame divine feminine claims her authority. How do you claim your authority in a twin flame situation? Well, simply by saying things like this. Whatever dark energy and powerful, dictating mindset is trying to control the dynamic of my soul, I cast it out. Whatever person is trying to influence, manipulate, or control my partner or myself, I cast you out. This is claiming authority over your soul and authority over your life because it's your God-given right to claim that authority over your soul. I kind of feel like this is a twin flame divine feminine who realized, she or he just realized they had the power to cast out negativity from their energy. And I think there's some people that may have just realized that they actually had that kind of power over their person. And that kind of shocks a lot of twin flames because of the whole free will thing, but it's true. Because you are one soul, you do have a level of influence on what happens to this other person, which is just another body carrying part of you. So you do have authority over that. And this is where the twin flames do fight a battle of good and evil. This is when the twin flames do come into contact with dark forces, dark energies, because twin flames must battle their shadow side, which is dark, and their light. A lot of times, who and what you're battling is your own shadow side. I'm going to give you an example. There's a twin flame feminine out there, right? More than anything, she wants marriage. More than anything, she believes in the power and the sanctity of marriage. So her twin flame gets a karmic partner that is with her twin flame just because they want to rule and dictate and have a piece of paper and have marriage and have a child with that person. Then that twin flame is being faced with a fear and a mirroring and a shadow side of themselves. Because the twin flame realizes all they want more than anything is that title and that ownership and that status, then they're faced with some kind of a karmic situation to deal with that, because they have to see it from a different perspective and tell themselves in their shadow side, is marriage that important? Is having children and the title that important? And that's when the twin flame has to realize maybe some of those masculine hierarchy kind of thoughts are not that important. Maybe I've been desiring something that isn't as powerful as I thought it was. Now, that's just an example of how you can face your own shadow through a third party, through some kind of a karmic situation. And there's a lot of different situations, you know. Maybe, you know, for a twin flame, they want a partner that looks a specific way. Just example, right? They have to look a beautiful, specific way. And so they're seeking out the most perfect, beautiful partner. And then they find someone who finds flaws in them because they're not perfect. They don't have perfection. So they find a partner that's constantly rejecting them because maybe they're a little overweight, or they're too short, or something's wrong with their teeth, or something petty. And they're being forced with their shadow side, which is shallow, which is very shallow and egotistical. And they're realizing, that's my shadow side. What I've been seeking, I find. And then they reflect back onto me, what is wrong with that desire? What is wrong with that shadow side? So the twin flames are constantly mirroring each other and showing each other where your darkness lies, so you can fix it and address it and heal it and get over it. And 9 times out of 10, when twin flames face their fears and they address their shadow issues, they come into union, because that's the law of attraction. That's balance. That's just nature. That's just how it works. So it's all about facing our shadows. How do you feel about the relationship with the masculine? Wow. So we have Elizabeth Taylor for the divine feminine. And it says here, don't run so fast that you can't be caught. That is so cute, guys. Feminines, don't run so fast so that you can't be caught. You can be a big fan of marriage. Just be an even bigger fan of diamonds. True friends last longer than marriage. However, many times you marry them. Wow! Now, okay, see, this is cool, because this card talked about friendship, as you guys can see. And this card talked about, well, spoke, not talked. Excuse me, what the hell's wrong with me? This card spoke on friendship as well. Do you guys see that? So both of these cards, again, are mirroring each other, masculine, feminine, about friendship and how important that is for both of you. You both feel like you're my best friend. There is just, I can't bare my soul to anyone like I do to you, not even mom or dad. I bare my soul very rawly with this person, and I miss that and I want that. And so, again, the divine feminine is very emperor. I like to think of Elizabeth Taylor as an emperor, because she ruled her relationships. She was the boss. She said how that shit went. She married them and she divorced them. You know, she made a lot of money herself. She had a lot of diamonds. She expected the best, right? She was gorgeous and she was desirable. So she was very much the emperor in her situation. So, you know, feminines, male or female down here, you're coming in as the authority. You're coming in as the one that has control. The only warning here is, don't run so fast that you'll never find someone. Don't keep escaping love because you have a high standard, which is running away. When you have such high standards, you avoid unions because they're too high to meet, and you just stay single. So this is, be careful about your standards. Okay, if it's all about materialism, there's something to worry about. Now, I can't deny we have abundance, which is materialism. We have the emperor, which is materialism. And we have Elizabeth Taylor, which is materialism. So again, the feminine is very much in the 3D, very much so worried about financials. It's very important. The divine feminine is really calling in abundance and really wanting someone to add to her prosperity. The divine feminine is not welcoming in some broke joke. They're just not. The divine feminine is, you're going to step up to my level, okay? You're going to have a career. You're going to have at least a manifesting mindset. And we're going to rock this world because I'm not dragging somebody on my coattail, okay? I'm not dragging you on my tail. You're going to walk with me. So the feminine is being very much in charge of who they're going to allow in their life. And if no one can meet that, then they'll be happy to be alone. I also feel for the feminine, there's a lot of male friends, okay? How many of those male friends want to be with you? Probably all of them. We got Elizabeth Taylor and the Emperor here. Every single male friend you have would definitely want to be with you. That's just a fact. It is what it is. Okay? There's no, I don't know. There's no denying it. Now, if you're a man, and this is in your energy, maybe there's some boys that like you. Just saying. Maybe you are gay. There's a lot of men that want you, but you want the elusive one. Okay? Maybe you're a guy that's into girls, then it just means that maybe you have a lot of girlfriends that would all be happy to marry you tomorrow. But you're waiting for that twin flame. You're waiting for that elusive one. And I will get some questions on, is that a possibility? Is that going to work out with your twin? We'll find out here as we go along. So far, it looks like your DM really does want union with you. You, on the other hand, are very concerned about your reality, about the money you have, the house you live in, the car you drive, and your health. That is very important to you right now. And you're very much in that moment manifesting wealth, okay? That's totally what's going on for the femme. Let's get the hidden truth oracles about you. I know I was a distraction from your pain. So there's some hurt energy here. The feminine feels like a rebound. The feminine must have been coming into a situation where she felt, or he felt, like the masculine used the twin flame feminine as a distraction from their own suffering, that they were going through some kind of a painful situation and they took advantage of the feminine for a time and left her behind. This is very 5 of Pentacles. It's you used me and abused me and then you abandoned me. I was just used and I was a distraction. And I'm not going to be hurt or used again. And that's kind of how the feminine feels down here, is I'm stronger now. I'm thankful for that lesson. Look what's under that. I'm becoming a better person. Okay, so the feminine has become transformed and is a much wiser, better person because of these experiences. Okay. The next card is, I regret lying to you. So there was some denial. The feminine acted like it was no big deal. There was a time when the feminine, I think what I'm channeling here is that the masculine said something like, I found someone, I met someone, it's over, or I'm not coming back, you know. Can we still be friends? And I feel like the feminine was like, yeah, that's fine. We can be friends. There's no problem. Yeah. And that's a lie, because you want to be more than friends. There might be something also where, you know, maybe a masculine wanted friends with benefits. And the feminine acted like it was no big deal. Like they were okay with that. But really they weren't. They were not okay with that. But they did it. And that's why they feel like they were a distraction. And, you know, the feminine here regrets not being honest from the beginning. Like from the very beginning, I'm madly in love with you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. But a lot of feminines don't have the nerve. A lot of them don't, because they're afraid if they tell this other person how they feel, they might scare that person away. If they tell that person that they really see a future with them and they feel the other person doesn't, they might scare them away. And they want to keep working on bringing them in, getting them to commit. But again, there's this fear here that I regret not telling you how I really felt. Now, if it's on the other foot, maybe it's possible. Maybe you can reverse it. Okay, maybe your divine masculine feels like they regret not telling you how they really felt. Okay, you can keep that in mind, that there is reversible situations on that. Spirit, let's clarify with one of my other cards what the divine feminine really feels about that situation. Divine time, not just yet. So the divine feminine feels like there is a divine union, but maybe the timing was off. Okay, for some reason, the divine feminine and the masculine did not stick together in a union, because there is a planned out time in the future, but whenever they met, it wasn't that time. Bottom of the deck, we are soulmates. We're soulmates. So the divine feminine still feels that connection, but just really feels like maybe it just wasn't the right time. Let's get some clarity and truth for the masculine. Masculine, give me a card, please, about some of these thoughts that you have. Give me a card, divine masculine twin. What? Okay. Well, the DM is pretty darn honest. The DM feels like we're twin flames. Fuck soulmates. The divine masculine is really thinking deeply about twin flames. Now, yes, there was a time when the DM was not thinking about twin flames, maybe even in denial of twin flames. But recently, as of late, not for everybody, because not everyone's going to resonate with this. Not every single one of you are going to resonate with this. But for the ones that are, and this is your story, this divine masculine has been thinking about what are twin flames, and they've been Googling it, researching it, maybe watching TV shows, maybe on Prime or Netflix, watching series that talk about twin flames or divinely orchestrated relationships. And they've been learning and growing and thinking, and those cogs are turning about what twin flames really mean. And is it real? Is it possible? And they're thinking, yes, it is. They've just been so stubborn. They've been stubborn to admit it. They've been too stubborn to admit they were wrong, is really what I'm hearing. The masculine was like, I was too stubborn to admit that you were right. And that's honestly what I'm feeling. Okay, let's get some more. Okay. Spirit, please clarify. Sometimes the masculine stays awake, thinking about the divine feminine. So many things remind the masculine about her. What is this? And I dropped one. Let me grab it. Sorry, guys. Okay. So the divine masculine stays awake thinking about how stubborn and one-sided they were. Okay? The DM twin flame was like, I'm sorry. I was a stubborn mother effer. Okay? I only wanted it my way. It had to be that way or the highway. And I stay awake thinking about how I built a wall between us and how I divided us because I couldn't go to the other side, because I wouldn't, because I was just so damn stubborn. I wouldn't allow myself to feel what you were feeling and think what you were thinking. And they're just thinking about all those times they didn't let you in. The other card that fell is karmic chains being broken. Wow. I do think the divine masculine is breaking a karmic relationship. There is a karmic partnership being split. It's happening. And because this masculine twin flame is going through a karmic breakup, they do spend a lot of their time thinking about the breakup with you, divine feminine. They spend a lot of time thinking about woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? That's what we do. And look how both of you are mirroring again. Mirroring. Both breaking those karmic chains at the same time, which is beautiful, which is what you should be doing. Bottom of the deck is clearing. There's a lot of smudging and clearing of negative energy. So the DM's doing very good on that. Spirit, clarify the divine feminine on I know I was a distraction from your pain, and I regret lying to you. Show me the divine feminine. Wow, so we have secrets, which the divine feminine is a book of secrets, an ocean of secrets. Again, the divine feminine held back. I do feel both of you, or maybe one of you, held back on your emotions and your feelings. At some point in your relationship, there was a lot of dishonesty about your love for this person, meaning you wanted to burst out in tears and say, you're the other half to my soul. But you were afraid of what that person might think. There's also a bursting of feelings like, I've missed you, I've longed for you, I love you, I desire you. And I was wrong for causing a breakup, or I was wrong for this fight. But there's stubbornness keeping that person from speaking out. But there is this, I want to share now. So overall for the twin flames, there's this definite, I want to share. I want to share how I feel now. I feel it. It's coming up. I want to open up. Because bottom of the deck is, I'm sorry. And after that is the divine masculine. I do think someone's going to apologize. It looks like the divine masculine, but it doesn't have to be. It's pretty open in this reading. It could be the feminine or the masculine, but there is this, I'm sorry, okay? There's a lot of feelings for the divine masculine right now. He's really feeling it, okay? He or she's really feeling the separation. Let's get a fortune cookie oracle on this. Spirit, what do you see as far as their fortune? What do you see as the fortune for these twin flames? The fortune. What do you see as a fortune? Okay. Bottom of the deck, a broken heart welcomes death. Wow. Look how we get that. A broken heart welcomes death. So bottom line, there's a lot of pain. And you know what happens with a broken heart? A rebirth. So with all this brokenness, there's going to be a rebirth. And there is an ending to the pain of the way things have been for these twin flames. The other cards are spiritual growth. Happiness is not life without conflict, but life with the skills to cope. I love it. Don't you guys love that? So you're learning that life isn't perfect. There's a lot of conflict, but we know how to deal with it now. We know how not to freak out now, right? That's spiritual growth, by God, if it ever is any. Didn't I tell you at the beginning of this reading, the serenity prayer? We got the serenity prayer. Yes. And that's exactly what we said from the beginning, before all this, when we got forgiveness. God grant me the serenity to change what I can, accept what I can't, and the wisdom to know the difference. Isn't that amazing, markers? You see how spirit works? We get all these constant confirmations. And look, somebody said it was 11:22. There you go. Yeah. There's just too many confirmations of this union, okay? And so you guys are learning to accept the past, change who you are today, and just stop trying to control things that you can't, that are just simply out of your hands. I love it. A lot of beautiful growth. Let's get some more cards for you. What's happening in the, let's say the karmic situation? By the way, bottom of the deck. I know that this is a soul connection, twin flames. Just saying as I start. What's happening here in the karmic situation, spirit? Show me these broken chains. Show me these karmic broken chains. Show me the karmic broken chains. Okay. Well, a lot of them fell out. I'm just going to take them as they fell. By the way, someone said 11:22. I have the number 11 and the number 22. If that isn't a fucking sign, I don't know what is. Anyways, in the karmic situation, we have Libra, the Justice card. Number 11, Major Arcana. So in the karmic breaking of chains, there is a reckoning. There is a justice swiftly coming through and taking out the injustice that was part of the karmic lesson. Things have been dealt with. There is balance being restored. Okay? That's the justice card. The other one is in reverse. I know that you're my soulmate, number 22. But when it comes in reverse, there is an acknowledging that if there was somebody in a karmic situation, they just realized that that person is not their soulmate. So there was a realization, Ace of Swords. We got that in the beginning of the reading. Clarity, cutting out the bullshit, having a new start. The karmic chains represent the acknowledgement of who and who is not a divine lover. The next card upright is you are my other half. So they've come to the realization in these breaking of karmic chains, the yin and the yang, the feminine and the masculine, that they are their complete partner. Okay, so there's kind of a realization here, and that's Gemini energy. So we could have Libra, Gemini energy, a lot of air here, right? That this is the perfect pair, not the other person. So that's it. By the way, bottom of the deck is following my heart. So everyone breaking those karmic cycles are following their heart, listening to their inner spirit, their guide. The other card that came in reverse is prisoner. Okay, so there is an imprisonment that they're getting out of. Someone is breaking free from a karmic relationship, and some people are like getting out of karmic jail. Okay, getting out of it, finishing that. Judgment is here. We have justice and judgment. Judgment's in reverse. This would be a good sign of a divorce. So for a lot of people in karmic marriages, there's a very good sign there's a judicial divorce that's going to be taking place in the karmic situation, or just a separation in general and a final decision, a final judgment that this karmic situation has to end. We are clarifying the broken karmic chains. So there's just been a clear, concise judgment. I've got to get out of this situation. The next card is, I'm not sure how you feel about me. So through this karmic breaking of the chains, there is this twin flame energy of, I don't know how you feel about me now. After all that's happened, after all that we've been through, do you still love me like you once did in the past? Okay, so there's kind of a worry there. Is there still a connection? Well, of course there's still a connection, but somebody's obviously wondering. We have the death card again, number 13. We've had 3 number 13s in this twin flame reading already. Okay, the first oracle was 13. You got the death card, and you got this one. So pretty obvious. Death to the old. So this is clarifying the karmic situation. Whatever was going on was a lesson, was a relationship, whatever it was. Death to the karmic situation. Death to the lesson. We've learned it. We're moving on. We're transforming, right? We're not staying in that situation any longer. So there's movement. Okay. The next card is a tower. The number 16. Major arcana, right? There are drastic changes in my life right now. So the karmic chains being broken are drastic changes. Major life changes for both of you. Changing the way you eat, the way you sleep, where you live, your habits, your relationships, the way you look, everything. Like everything has changed. There's just a major transformation in your life. And these are those karmic broken chains. The next one is the world in reverse. So there feels like a little out of control. Like there's a losing of everything you once had. There's a loss. Because the world in reverse is not an accomplishment. Because upright, it's an accomplishment. It's a completion of cycles. The world still marks a completion, but it doesn't feel very much like a win. It feels like a cycle's done, but how much did you lose to get to this point? And that's kind of how it feels. A lot was lost in this karmic lesson. The next card is, it's worth it. So even though there's a lot that was lost, it was worth it. Because something good is going to come from it in the end. Ooh, you're about to see how good it's going to get. Because the next card that comes from it in the end is the covenant, which is the twin flame contract. And she's in a wedding dress. So there is a union. So it's all worth it, because through all this pain and loss and transformation, there's still going to be a union, because the twins are meant to have this union. It's just part of what's going to be done. That's why you're following your heart. Down here it says, the distance between us is killing me. So it's killing both of you guys, but everything's being put in order with balance. Temperance card. It's all being put in together for balance. All this pain, all this drama, all this length of time, it's all for a divine reason, because down here we have divine guidance. Okay? So they're being divinely guided back towards this relationship. And that's really what's going on with these breaking of karmic chains. Okay, so let's get an oracle of what time it is for the twins. Okay, Spirit, what time is it for the twin flames? What time is it for the twin flames? What time is it for the twin flames? Ooh, it's a time of expansion and meditation. I love it. So you guys are supposed to be meditating and expanding your awareness. Ooh, we got harmony was sitting on there. So harmony, balance, meditation, and expansion. Ephedra. Now this means things are moving quickly. So when you get ephedra and things are moving quickly, this is moving into a union faster than you think, okay? You guys are moving into abundance together. There is this beautiful, fast energy. It's almost like the Wheel of Fortune, and it's the number 20. So it says here, there is an opportunity for the twin flames development and even the end of challenges that may have been so difficult. It's time to look at a new direction for the twins, or examine more closely any possibilities that have presented themselves to you. Guys, change is coming, but it may be more demanding than you anticipate. Until you get your bearings, okay? Until you get your bearings. It says there may be a betrayal that is very hard to accept and may actually come as a shock. But if you have been suffering in any way from any challenge, this is a reminder to stop stewing in your anger, sadness, or grief, and that now is the time to move on. Wow. So I love it. So you guys are definitely going to be moving forward. There's an ending of challenges. Again, we started with forgiveness. Remember the forgiveness card. So you guys have to forgive yourselves and the other person. Stay away from any anger or sadness and grief that may be causing more separation. So this is why the forgiveness card was so important for the twin flames, because now is the time to move forward. And, you know, whatever shocking, painful things you guys had to deal with as a couple, know that that had to happen for a reason, and it's time to move on with your lives. Let's go ahead and get how your masculine really feels and the feminine, and we'll move on. Divine masculine, how do you really feel? For the divine feminine, well, there it is, angry and resentful, hard feelings, not over this, I need more time. They may feel that way about themselves, they may be angry and resentful to themselves, or they may be angry and resentful to you, okay? But either way, the masculine feels angry and resentful. A lot of them feel it about themselves, I know that. A lot of them are mad and just pissed off at the decisions they made that led to this stubborn one-sidedness, okay? A lot of them are just mad at themselves, and they've got to forgive themselves so they can move on with you, okay? That's a lot of it. But for some of them, there is this, you know, I'm mad at you for maybe leaving me, or I'm mad at you for not loving me or understanding or accepting me. Maybe I'm mad at you for hurting me in some way. So the masculines are still angry. You know what I mean? Thank you, Michael, for the $15. I appreciate that super chat. Thank you so much. Bottom of the deck, the masculine says, look, I'm tired and I'm exhausted. I'm overwhelmed with my emotions. I have sleepless nights, clearly because sometimes they stay awake thinking about you. Okay, and the regrets. So believe me, there's some sleepless nights, overgiving, and no boundaries. So they're just really tired of hurting themselves through all of this, okay? And that's really how the masculine feels. It's just angry, resentful, not over this. They need some time. They need some time to work on their feelings. Let's get some feelings for the divine feminine. Okay. Divine feminine, how do you feel about the masculine? Okay. Let it go. Wow. The divine feminine has let go of the need to hang on to the masculine, the need to hang on to the situation, the need to hang on to anything. The divine feminine is feeling very confident, male or female, just on their own and by themselves if need be. They very much let go of the past, whatever problems and fight happened. They've already forgiven and let it go. They're done. They're not harboring any resentment anymore. And they're also not hanging on to this situation anymore. The divine feminine has freed themselves from the pain and the guilt and the sadness and whatever they were feeling in regards to the situation. Bottom of the deck, the divine feminine feels like the karmic will find out the truth because it says the karmic is finding out the truth. The divine feminine knows that it's happening or it will happen because the truth always comes out. They are fully in trust of the universe and fully aware that light overcomes the darkness. Okay, good overcomes evil, and love always wins, and the truth always wins. There's a saying, a lie has speed, but truth has endurance. And so they know that whatever bullshit was said about them, whatever bullshit was done, it may have happened quickly and caused some problems, but in the end, the truth will always come out. So the divine feminine is very confident about that. Bottom line, the divine feminine does want to fix the relationship. Okay? And bottom line, the masculine is feeling the pain now. Karma's coming hard and they regret everything. Okay? So there's a lot of goodness happening in the midst of all of this. Okay, let's get some emotions. What has the moon shown everybody? What has the moon shown everybody in this twin flame journey? What has the moon's lessons been? What has the moon's lessons been? Let's go ahead and see the masculine. What has the moon taught the masculine? What has the moon taught the masculine? Scorpio, damn, since the beginning it's been Scorpio for the masculine. Just saying. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. The moon has been showing the masculine to conquer their shadow side. That's what the moon's been sharing. And I'll read that. It says, this card suggests a rebirth. Think of your situation as the phoenix that's rising from the ashes, as the birth, death, and rebirth paradigm. That's what Scorpio energy is all about. Whatever you've been going through, there's a new start ahead. Okay, it might be a little dark. It certainly won't be easy. It's not rainbows and unicorns, but it will be deeply transforming. This card also suggests that you are magical and that this is the time to work your magic. It can also herald a start of a sexier time. If you've been experiencing something of a drought of emotional and intimacy, it's on the menu. Scorpio is the sign that likes to go deep into the body, the mind, and the spirit. So when this card comes up, there's nothing superficial about what's coming your way. So the masculine is learning about, it says here, have some sexy time. The additional meanings of the card is time to let go of a grudge you're holding on to. So for the masculines, again, it's, you know, they have this anger and resentfulness. It's holding a grudge, whether it's against yourself, masculine, or against your feminine. You've been learning to let go of that grudge, to move on from jealousy or anger, and it could be also being paranoid, okay? So that's what you've been learning with the moon, okay? That's the masculine's energy. Bottom line, you're good enough. Full moon in Virgo, Okay, you're good enough to receive everything that you want. So stop thinking you're not. Confidence rebuilding. Okay, Divine Feminine, what has the moon been teaching you? You have a lot of good stuff here. We are literally in a waxing crescent moon. Like I said, it's actually, I think, a half moon right now, but it's still waxing, okay? Have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent moon. So you're very current. You know, the masculine's off in his own world in some moon energy. The divine feminine's in the moment. You're today, right now. Like you're in the moment of manifesting what you want in this world for abundance. Waxing is pulling things in. Bottom of the deck is a new start is coming, a new moon. What I like both about you guys is you always have the new. New moon, new start, and it's beautiful. That's what the moon's been doing for your guys' twin flame journey, bringing it in. So let's read that. I love that a new start is coming. Have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent. Okay. Divine Feminine, don't give up. The situation that you're thinking about right now is still taking shape. It's a work in progress. You're nowhere near the end of this story. Whatever is happening right now is just a step along the way. And as they say in self-help classics, everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. However, the waxing crescent moon card for the feminines is also a reminder that you must still keep working towards whatever it is you want. If you can't take practical steps, spend time meditating on the question you're asking about. Allow your higher self to download information to you about the next big step. Overall, this card suggests that this is a very big season for you to be hopeful because there's a positive outcome to the situation that you're asking about. So keep the faith. It says that you are focused about what you want, which totally explains the Emperor and abundance and Elizabeth Taylor. Just because you can't see your dreams right now physically doesn't mean they're not manifesting. Don't look back. Stay focused on moving forwards. Be patient as the events unfold and dig a little deeper to find more courage. The teaching of this card is, the moon phase says that even if it's not the time of the waxing crescent moon, when you pull this card, it suggests that you need to really pursue your dreams. It's the time to put your foot down hard and chase your goals. I like that. Put your foot down hard and chase your goals. And I know it's what you guys are doing. And I'm so proud of you. As far as this twin flames go, you guys are rocking this shit. You're doing so good. I have no complaints. There's nothing either of you are needing to work on. Well, obviously we're always working on things, but there's no major glitch. Like there's no major blockage or drama. Like, oh my God, you need to do this, masculine. You need to do this, feminine. None of that. You guys are literally mature and doing what you need to do. Everything's unfolding as it should. The karmic battles are being broken, thank God. Movement is happening. You're getting more and more improvement on this union. It's getting closer and closer. Progress is being made. You guys are missing each other, loving each other. You're focused on what you need to be focused on. The masculines, male or female, are focused on getting back into a reconnection with the femme and forgiving her or him or forgiving themselves. And the feminines are really focused on being mature, strong, independent, and manifesting abundance because they now realize, male or female, how important that is as a feminine to have a real foundation that they can stand on their own. So there's a lot of good focus for both of you just where it needs to be. And that's where you guys are going to find this union. So thank you so much for watching this reading. I think it was beautiful and perfect for you. I'm just going to pull one last oracle at the end just for a spiritual message for you, and then we'll be done with the reading. Okay? So Spirit, what is a final oracle message for the twin flames as I end this reading? Okay. What is this final message? Wow. I got this card too. This is ridiculous. I got to show my grandma this reading because she was watching my Facebook reading. I literally got this at the bottom and the one with the swing machine that fell out. Like, that's what I got today. And I got it again. And this is about time. Time moving, time flying off the clock. Time is flying. She's having patience. She's in the moment. This is a patience card. Okay. But let's read it. It's all about patience. Kind of a temperance card, you know. So, it says, guys, inner peace, an instant in time. It strikes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Enough, enough, dear watch. Thy pulse hath beat enough. Now sleep and rest. Would thou couldst make the time to do so too. I'll wind thee up no more. So it's no longer watching the clock, okay? No longer sitting here watching the hours fly by, wondering why you guys aren't together, wondering why things aren't physical manifestation right now. Okay, it's no longer watching that clock. And it says here, we are lost in a moment, staring into a void, utterly engrossed and transfixed on some specific point of action in the distance. Okay, the destination, if you will. In the state, we are obvious to time and reality. A young woman seated on the columned platform stares at a dragonfly settling on the lilies below. Its movements become a focal point to her and concentration, transforming her into a calming meditative state in which all other distractions are removed. The numbers on the clock above float away. The record of passing time temporarily on hold. She is at one with her universe, and all worries and concerns and negativity fade. In this captured moment of escape, there is only stillness and peace. You know that good old saying, time flies when you're not watching the clock? There it is. It seems like it's taking forever when you're watching the days, the weeks, the numbers, the hours. When you're watching time go, it's slow. But when you're living your life and you're just being happy, it doesn't seem so long. So you guys just get refocused on you. Don't worry about the time of this twin flame union. Just love life and watch it happen. Okay? Like I always say, guys, this love is a journey, not a destination. So just keep swimming. I love you guys. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you watched this reading all the way through, I'm probably someone you like to listen to every now and then. So go ahead and hit the bell icon so you're notified of my future videos that are live. You don't have to watch them all, but you can always tune in for the ones you like. And I appreciate your support, guys. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you. I guess there's nothing else to say. I hope you have a blessed and beautiful, wonderful evening. If you're interested in my tarot class coming up in January, you can go ahead and register at jks1111.com. And if you want to check anything else that I have to offer, you can go to my website as well, jks1111.com, and just see what suits you. Have a lot of good stuff, a lot of merch, a lot of cards, a lot of goodness, a lot of good things, all of it. I don't have any readings currently open at this time except emergencies, and I only allow a few a week. I don't have any more emergencies open at this time, but I will in October. So you can always sign up for October if you want any of those readings, but the other privates are closed off. The calendar's closed. Probably in February of the new year, I will open up personals again, but I'm not done catching up on all my readings. So I love you guys. Have a blessed and beautiful, wonderful day tomorrow. And I love you. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you, moderators. Thank you all. Good luck on your journey and good luck on everything that you're manifesting. Don't forget your seed planting rituals. Write down what you want, fold it up 3 times 3 towards you, and bury that thing. Bury it with faith and intention. I love you guys. Have a blessed, beautiful night.